Hello everyone and welcome to this learning session titled Empowering Future Developers Learning RESTful API with .NET for Beginners. My name is Berke Sabita and together with my partner Roni Prasetyo and Muhammad Hanif, we will get you through the fundamental of building RESTful API using .NET. In today's digital era, API play a very important role in almost every modern application, whether we use mobile apps, e-commerce website, online banking, or even IoT device. API works behind the scenes to connect everything together. Our goal in this video is to help you understand what APIs are, why they are important, and how you can build your own API step by step using .NET and MySQL.
Before we get into the technical part, let's talk about why API matter. API connect the front end and back end. Whenever we open apps like Instagram, Gojek, or Shopee, API are constantly sending and receiving data. From the session, you will learn what RESTful API, the structure of .NET API, and how building and test a simple CRUD API, and the last, how to connect .NET with a MySQL database using SAMPP. These are essential skills for modern developer. What is a RESTful API? RESTful API is allow communication using HTTP method get, post, put, and delete. Each request is sent to an endpoint, and the server responds with JSON. Example: /product get all, fetch all data, /product create, using create data, /product update update by ID, and the last /product delete one, using delete by ID. REST is stateless, consistent, and simple, which is why it is widely used. The next, development environment setup. Installation step. We need .NET SDK 8, Visual Studio Code, SAMPP, and phpMyAdmin. After installing .NET, we can check using .NET version. Then we prepare MySQL using SAMPP so your API can connect to a database. Next, let's create the API project. In the terminal, we type .NET new web API strip f net 8.0 .NET run. This generates a project with Swagger support. Now I will open Visual Studio Code, not to code, but just to show the structure. In .NET 8 Minimal API, the structure includes program.js, app setting JSON, JSprocs, and other config file. At this stage, the controller folder does not exist yet. Step 3 and 4, create controller. We then create a controller folder and add simple hello controller.js file. Inside it, we write a simple get endpoint that returns hello from Venus API. After the enabling controllers in program.js, we run the project again and the new endpoint appears in Swagger. This is a result of API hello. We can look this response body hello from Venus API. We then create a database in my phpMyAdmin named VenusDB, and inside it a table called student. Prepare the connection between the API and the database. This is a database VenusDB and the table student, and this is a structure of student, ID, name, and major.
Yeah, hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hanif, partner of Ronis. Thanks for Roni earlier that he explains about API. Now we will seek more deeper into the CRUD operation method. I will continue the presentation. At this stage, we will create a student controller. Thanks for Roni. Because he already typed the code earlier, we will simply show it. In this controller, there are two important things that we should to know. The first one is notation of API controller. This notation tell us this controller is returning the data, not the page or web. And the second one is root. This will make URL of the root. It will contain the API and the name of controller. Also, there are more important things. One more variable. It should call the configuration. This variable we use to connect the database, so all the API can access and connect into database. Next, we will implement the CRUD method. The first one is read get all. It will use the HTTP get method. This API will retrieve all the data from the database. And the next one is the add student. API of add student use HTTP post method. It will insert new data using the query to the database. Next, there is a HTTP put. It will update a student based on its ID. It will replace the data inside of the database into the new one we will insert. And the last one is HTTP delete. It will deleting student based on its ID. Next, we will test this API. So we will running the program using the .NET run. Okay, now we will open the browser and we can open the Swagger, a software that used to testing an API using its URL. Oh, sorry. Okay, we opening http localhost. The port is 507 swagger/index.html. Now we open the program, so we will testing the API outs. The first one is API of student that I explained before. It will retrieve all the data of database. So we can execute this. Here are the data. There is data of Roni and me. Let's next to the post API student. We will test it out. ID will be the 3. Name will be Venus, and major it will be Venus too. We add. There is student add successfully. We can check from the API get. Let's see. There is the data of Venus is added to the database. So now we will update one of the data. Maybe I will update the Venus data ya. that we have created before. We try. The ID is 4. We will input the data. Binus update. Binus update. Okay, so now we will execute. There is a student update successfully. Now we will check using the API get method. See, the Binus has been already updated. Next, we will delete the data using the delete API. The Binus data ID is 4, so we will use it. Execute. So student has been deleted. Let's see if the data already been deleted. Okay, good. Everyone, there is the testing. So the testing successfully. I think we have learned more about the CRUD operation. I can conclude that we learn the concept of RESTful APIs, how .NET API structure work, how to build an API and connect it to MySQL, and the last one is and how to perform the CRUD operation and test them in Swagger. So I think mastering API will be essential for modern software development.
So let's begin by answering a simple but important question. Why do we need to learn APA? APA acts as the bridge between the front end and the back end. For example, when we build a user interface using React or Angular, the UI alone cannot access the database. We need an API to send requests, process data, and return results. This is why API become the backbone of almost all modern applications. In fact, almost every digital service today relies on API to share information and create dynamic user experience. From cloud computing, mobile apps, IoT device, and web dashboard, everything depends on API communication. API are almost essential in system integration project. When different system or platform need to communicate it, API allow them to exchange data in a structured and secure way. And the last reason is API development is a highly demand skill. Many companies today expect develop to not only build user interface but also design, consume, and integrate API effectively.